There you go.
Text Prison Story family salute, y'all. We got a special episode today. We got my brother from Beto Warren back, Mr. Blue.
Hey.
Man, say, brother, I sure appreciate you coming, man. This was kind of spontaneous. So if you didn't watch the first series of videos me and him did, he was one of the people that gave me my heart check on Beto. So we had to fight, and that ended up turning out to pretty much be his heart check too, all at the same time. He didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you watch the 3-part series that me and him did prior to this. It'll explain how I know him and everything like that. But we do talk all the time. We stay in touch, you know what I'm saying? So I'm real happy to have you here. And listen, cuz I said I was gonna hit you with a hard one at first, all right? And
All right.
we didn't talk about this or anything. So I want to hear what your advice would be. I seen a post today on Facebook from a prison wife. Her husband's locked up doing time. She said that her husband is highly addicted to, I don't know what. He's highly addicted to something in there. It don't really matter, okay? And he's in debt. She can't afford to pay his debt, and she's giving him this serious guilt trip. And she's worried if she don't pay, something's gonna happen, whatever, whatever. She's doing bad financially and all this. He's laying a guilt trip on her. She wants to pay but can't pay. Oh, what's your advice for this woman? Do you think should she pay it? Should she worry about it? Should she go pawn her TV to help him pay it? Should she tell him no? I mean, how do you feel about that? Knowing that
This is my personal opinion. He got himself in that position. You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and witnessed things like that when I did my time, where people to get themselves in there, get themselves in there, get themselves in there. And I think the phones had just came about like 08, 09. So you see a lot of people on the phones or whatever trying to make them calls. Hey, can you put this money on my books? Do this, do that, all the other. And if they can't come through, you already know what's gonna happen.
Well, so hold on. So that's what's next, okay? My point of view is this: if you're getting fronted some kind of work in there, you don't pay it, that's stealing, right? That's the same as you going in my locker while I wasn't looking, took something, or you took my something out of my hand or something, right? Because we have for you to pay. So stealing in prison, we know, is pretty much the worst offense. Stealing and lying is the two things you don't get caught doing.
Oh yeah.
So with that being said, her response back now is, I'm scared, and he said that he might be killed. Okay. And he really might be killed. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how much money it is. I've seen guys go 1,500 in debt, 2,000 in debt. You know what I'm saying? Because they was paying at one time. I told her it's possible he could turn into a sex slave. He could be stabbed. He could be towed off the run. He can anything. But you know what I said? Because I agree with you, because he knew all that could happen if he didn't pay.
Right.
Right. So the same habit that he had that put him in prison, more than likely, is now causing him. And so I just wanted to ask you and see if you thought the same thing.
Also, that could be game when he run into his wife. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm in debt. Send me something, just so he can have some money on his books. But I don't know the significance of what's really going on with him. It's just that whenever I hear things, I make sure I analyze everything that's being spoken to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, here it is. She's saying that she worried about her husband. You know what I'm saying? Because he in debt. This might sound fucked up, but he put himself in that position. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure as long as he been there, he done already learned the rules and the regulations. Shit, my first week at Beto, I had already, you know what I'm saying, seen people getting run off. Matter of fact, my first night there, I was telling, I think I told this in the last interview. You know, I remember one of the homies had told me, hey, they finna handle it. I heard them that they said they was gonna do it at the back of the run. That was at 9 o'clock count. And just so happened that shit was right in front of my cell. So they went on and violated him and everything, and come find out he had got himself in debt. You know what I'm saying? With another family at that. So that's what really put the gasoline on the fire. Because like, why are you going to another family to get some shit that you can come to us and get? You know what I'm saying? And so SA told him straight up, hey man, y'all get him or we gonna take care of him.
Yeah.
And if he in debt like she say he is, this in Texas, right? I think that nigga probably been in, that dude probably been in a PC by now. Cause a debt is a debt, and you gotta understand prison money is different from that world money. You know what I'm saying? It seems like
what's different from when we was doing time now, though? So check this out. Somebody would show up off the bus and they could have been ran off from another prison. They could have done something we didn't know about back then.
Yep.
And unless somebody came after them from that prison and exposed them, you would never know. Nowadays, cell phones are everywhere. You land at the next spot. See, you're talking about families. This, I don't know if he's part of anything. Here's the crazy part. If he's solo and owes some type of family, owes these Mexicans, owes some Bloods, owes some Crips or something like that, he's in even more trouble now. You know what I'm saying? If he's in a family, he might can take that violation and stay. You understand? But instead, now he's got to go. So every other commenter, except one or two, basically told her. One guy that watches my channel, shout out to Ed, he even said she needed to call the prison and tell on him, basically, and get him. Like I said, man, that's not going to do anything except get the man drug tested in G5. You know what I'm saying? And then she's going to be calling or posting saying he's calling, getting sexually assaulted or something like that. In that situation, it's going to make things worse. So I believe we're going to get off that top. I believe we both agree that a man makes his bed, he needs to lay in it.
Exactly.
When you get to prison and in prison, right or wrong.
Say that again.
I say you make that bed, laying it in when you got there, and you got to lay in it the whole time you're there.
Yep. And you got to understand one thing about prison politics is somewhat like the street politics, but a little bit more stricter to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that when you behind that wall, it ain't no guns, it ain't none of that stuff like that. It's all straight hands, and it's like you can't run. That's what people fail to realize. Unless you get G5 or cut off the unit, whatever, you can't run. And then like you said, like when I was in there, the system was so, I ain't gonna say live, but evidently some dude came over to the unit from another unit. You know what I'm saying? They somehow, some way did a background check, come find out it came back dirty, and they handled his ass over there, Beto. So it's like, if they want to get you, or they want to find out about you, trust me, they can find you, especially if you're in the system. Because it ain't hard to write somebody, say, hey, look him up. What unit is he on? And then shoot a kite over there to that unit real easily and like, okay, hey, take care of him, man. If y'all family like y'all say y'all live, take care of him. He owe us.
Because if you owe somebody in a clique gang on Beto, they send you over to somewhere else. They talk to each other. You still owe that over there. That ain't
exactly. And that happened on Beto. The nigga tried to run from a violation. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened that one of the other cats on Beto was there when it happened. He got transferred to Beto first, and then they brought the nigga that ran from the violation over there, and he told him straight up, hey, you gonna tell him or I'm gonna tell him? And he just put his head down and, you know, cuz sat there and told him, hey, this what happened, this what happened. Zim was like, that's the first time I ever seen Zim just, I'm talking about stone face, and he didn't crack no smile. He just like, hey, I don't want to hear it no more. You know what I'm saying? But they went on, violated him, and shot him off the unit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and the words that they use over there, hey, this unit ain't got no room for no hoes. You know what I'm saying? Straight period. We ain't got no room for no hoes, especially if
you know what I'm saying. So listen, we're gonna parlay into this right now. Shout out to OG Percy, man. We just talked about him a second ago off camera. Them and them fellas, they have made Ferguson a hot topic on YouTube, okay? And you know, we know Ferguson is notorious, man. It's deadly, just like a lot of other spots. But you know what you just said right there, because I don't ever come on, man, and try to act hard or tough or anything like that. But what you just say they said about Beto, there ain't no room for hoes over there. You show the first sign of any kind of weakness, any kind of crack in you, any flaw in you, anything, you can't stay. You ain't lasting, man.
Hello?
Yeah, you still.
You froze up. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
You froze up.
Okay, so what I was saying is I'm not taking nothing from Ferguson, not even a little bit, because it's known, you know, Ferguson started in the system for first-time inmates from 18 to 25, I believe.
Right.
No, hold on, I'm sorry. Second-time offenders, 18 to 25. First-time offenders, 25 on up. So if you ran across a youngster right there, he was probably already in TYC or done some time or something. That's how it started back in the old days. If you got there at 25 on up, you was a first-timer. And if you paid attention to where we was, it was the same way. There was very few people there, Beto, that was under 25 that hadn't been to prison already, like at least on the
Exactly.
loose or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That was my first TDC bid. When I got to Beto, guess what? I went to TDC at 25. You know what I'm saying? That's how I landed on Beto over there. So when I hit in my later 20s, I'm down here with these younger men that are already more experienced and shit. Just like the homie you just said came out of TYC. These dudes had juvenile life sentence, like low life. You know what I'm saying? They've been locked up since they was young kids. So they weren't playing prison. They were serious about it. And it was their entire lifestyle. But like I say, we don't really talk too much about it. But I would venture to say, because there's very little difference at all between Beto and Ferguson. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Some of the guess what? Telford unit, Bill Clemens, Clemens unit in Brazoria. You know what I'm saying? So these prisons will have the same exact men in them. You might do 3 years on Ferguson and get sent to Clemens. You might do 5 over there, and now you're on Beto later. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be in your first year on an ID unit, and they just do an inmate swap, and everybody goes. When we was on Beto, they did a 600-man swap between Bill Clemens, Ferguson, and Beto, just scrambled men up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to think Texas just has one prison that you need to worry about. You might get lucky. We got a whole bunch of them here. You know what I mean? That are
it's like over 100 units here.
Yeah,
it's over 100 units,
and max IDs probably at least 20. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the 100, some are medical units, a lot of transfer units, stuff like that. But these real hardcore ID units, I don't care which one you go to, ain't none of them no fun. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They all got field squads, all they like. So anyway, on the next topic, man, listen, you said something earlier, so I didn't know that. I didn't realize that when you was in your bid, they actually started having payphones in the middle of your bid.
Yeah, somewhere I'm gonna say, okay, I was on medium. Matter of fact, right after I left you. So that was what, 08?
Yeah.
That was 08 last time I seen you. So about 09, that's a matter of fact, Beto was the first unit, to my understanding, that got the telephones. And I'm like, damn, out of all the units in Texas, y'all want to try it here first? But you know, they had the system set up to where, or the phone system set up to where it won't be none of that phone check, the shit you see on TV. But yeah, they started off at Beto first. And I remember I was on medium custody. And I ended up coming off medium custody. I'm like, man, I ain't got the funds, because, you know, people got to set up the account from the outside in order to, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to call them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, so now you just said the perfect thing for what I wanted to talk about. So now they have tablets, right? Can you believe they can because they can lay in their bunk in their cell with their earbuds and make phone calls on their tablets now.
Matter of fact, a partner of mine back in the last city, Abilene, he was telling, because his girlfriend was in a prison, and he said she got a tablet. I said, I'm thinking to myself, man, she finna get caught with that. And they said, no, they issued them now. You get them.
Guess what though? That nobody talks about. The indigent inmates, which is probably most of them, you gotta buy shit on that tablet. You gotta pay for the movies. You gotta pay for the songs. You gotta pay for everything you do. They're literally issuing these men tablets that they can't even afford to use. Ain't that cold?
That part, you know what I'm saying? But see, Texas, I feel like everything that they do, they're trying to make up for money from all that time, or all those people they convicted wrongfully. And now they didn't got exonerated. And now here it is, Texas got to come up off that money. So they coming up with different ways to try to regenerate that money back into the system. You know what I'm saying?
Texas has something called TCI. It's on the stock market, man. It's a real business. We already know this. You know what I'm saying? They got all these factories that you're sitting there slaving in for free, making money off of you. So look, here goes. We're gonna move on quick, man. The next topic. I did a video a few weeks ago that almost got no views because I didn't know how to title it. Right? YouTube is real picky about the titles and shit, but what it really was about was the prison gunners, the jack off artists and shit like that. Okay. Well, since I didn't know I put prison gunners, very few people watched it, right? I should have put prison jack artist, or that's what I put, prison jack artists, and they didn't know what I was talking about. So when you first in your life got into the system and realized it's wide open as hell and people doing all this weird ass shit and everything, did anybody ever tell you about that before you went to prison?
About the jack artists?
Yeah, because I didn't know.
Nah, I found out that it's like when I went to prison, you learn as time goes by. You know what I'm saying? It's like any of the rules and regulations, hey, you just learn as your time go by. You, your homies, or maybe other people gonna sit there and tell you, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. This is this is good or this is not good. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sitting around and then you just it's funny. You know what I'm saying? I guess
what I'm wanting to know is how come none of the big homies ever come home and tell us about that part of prison?
It's just some things that I guess if you was to tell somebody that's never been to prison that, it'd seem like it was some homosexual type shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they keep all that part out. But when you talk to somebody else that's been there and they understand what you're talking about, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we know what he's talking about. He got out there on such and such female. He got out there on this female and they ain't do no or what was the word they were using? Oh, she was good. You know what I'm saying? Good. I was like, yeah.
Hey, but so listen, here's the crazy part. If you want to know the God's honest truth, I've done this YouTube for 4 years. It took me 4 years to even come up with the courage to even talk about that myself. Because I didn't, I know it sounds crazy, it looks bad. I wasn't doing it, you know what I'm saying? But
shit, I was. What you talking about? Shit. You know, to me, I feel like that comes with the territory.
But listen. I'm talking about the cats. I'm talking about the cats that's in the classroom catching major cases, and the cats.
Oh yeah, they out of control.
Medical. And the nurses are every man gonna handle business. Don't get me wrong. Now you gone for years, but I'm talking about the ones that'll sit on the bench right next to you and pull out. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about
somebody got their hands almost killed behind that shit, doing that on medium custody, sitting right there. Okay, like I say, the wing I was on UT, so I was on T-Wayne. So T-Wayne set up like K-Wayne. That dude sat right there at that first table. As soon as you come through the door, right there to the left. And pull this thing out. I'm like, man, is that man doing what I think he's doing? And they rat packed him. You know what I'm saying? Now, watch this though. They did him like that, but then yet you got those other cats that's been there for years and got a name for themselves. They do the same shit, but y'all not violating them.
It's like that in every type of way. So look, I got something I want to show you though. Look, and hold on, that ain't it. Let me get this shit right. I gotta get it. So when I show you these, just tell me what comes to mind first, all right?
All right.
This first one, probably nothing, because it's outside the gates and we didn't really ever see that shit. But that's it right there.
That's Beto?
Beto right there. You see in between the buildings right there, that's this hallways and shit. That's the wing. That's the back door with the back stairs right
there. Yeah.
And that's gotta be the rec yards right there. You know what I'm saying? So And remember when you come on one rec yard, we was on K wing, if you could yell loud enough, you could yell all the way down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be hard. Check this one out. So these are pictures that people's never seen before, because these are like exclusive pictures that probably gonna steal and put on Google, man. But what do you think when you see that right there? That's a real Beto.
There go that vent.
That's a real
remember Beto. That vent.
That ain't from nowhere else. That's Tennessee Colony right there.
That sure enough is. Golly, I'm having flashbacks. God damn, looking at that shit.
Imagine viewers watching this. So I did a poll. 70% of my viewers never been to prison. Tell them how big that cell is in real life right there.
5 by 9. 5 by 9. Yep. 5 by 9. I remember they used to always say that. 5 by 9. 5 by 9. 9 feet going from that wall to the gate, and then 5 feet. No, it's about 6. No, it's about 5. Because I remember from going from where the bunk is to the other wall, I can put myself and suspend myself in the air. So it had to be about 5 foot, and from the front, back of the wall to the front of the gate is about 9 feet. 5 by 9.
When y'all watching this, think about 3 of us had to go in there and fight in a little 5 by 9 cell. So when I described it, when I say I had no choice but to either stand with my back on the wall or put one man behind me, one man in the front, I really didn't know what to do. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, who does know who's got experience? But so a lot of times you might be locked in that 5 by 9 cell on a 6-month lockdown with a cellmate you really don't even like.
I'm trying to tell you, been there. Well, I think the most I did on lockdown, when they locked us down, I think it was 2 months sitting in one cell. That was over some bullshit. I think a riot had broke out, or it was a riot about to spread, and they was trying to stop it. So they put everybody on lockdown. And I was like, man, I mean, it ain't no thing to me. You know, I mean, when I was in there, it wasn't no thing. At the end of the day, you still got to do your time. You know what I'm saying? Whether you in that cell, population, medium custody, it's all time. You still behind that wall.
Listen, cuz, you ready for the next one? It's gonna mess you up right here.
Let me see. Oh, that's the gym, ain't it?
That's a day room. Look, you just looking on your phone. That's the black.
Okay. That's Beto?
Uh-huh. That's just another side.
Okay, yeah, that's looking at the back of the day room. So the bars are over here to the right side.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Sure enough.
Them tables lined up along the bars right there. Remember?
Sure enough. Yeah, it sure is. Damn, it like it was bigger than that when I was. And this. Okay, the other TV back here over to the left. That's right.
Now listen. Something I never talked about. let's explain to them what them benches and how them benches was. And
oh yeah.
You understand? See, we had. If this would have been our wing, you see what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 benches right there. That's facing the TV. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back side facing that TV. So you're sitting on these on this side closest, you can barely even see the TV you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? But we had the first bench right there. That's for anybody. Remember, any black dude.
Yeah, they were Neutron.
Right. The next 3 benches all Crips. One bench behind them. Bloods and shit. Yeah. So
and then Houston or one of the Mexican families had the other 3 in front of them.
No. Remember Houston and Dallas or Houston and Austin had that bench over there by the window. They had the bench by the window, and so 2 of the Tongo Blast families had a bench by the window, and the other 2 sat behind us by them Bloods. It was because
so that must have been Fort Worth
and Dallas. Yeah. Houston and Austin had that bench over there, right? And then so look, you ready for the next one? What we're saying basically is when you walk into a prison, you can't even walk in and sit down. You cannot walk in as a new man and just go find a seat and sit down. That's not how it works.
And somebody gonna get on your ass. Hey, I ain't gonna say get on your ass, but they go. I don't want to call it checking you, but like when I first got there, no, I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I just went in, sat over there. It was let me see if we looking in. If this K-Wayne, so we was over there on that far end by the phones.
Right. I didn't ever see a damn phone. So when you came in K-Wing, listen, you stepped through the door. The day room was to your right. The run was to your left. Remember the door right there. Right when you walk in to the right was the pisser, the dirty ass little pisser. Remember that?
Oh yeah, show right. Yep, show right.
Right when you came through the table, old man speaker had that 4-man table to himself right there. That
first one to the left.
Right, with the cane. Yeah. Exactly. And that's where the big homie used to sit over there and shit. And so the first bench right there on that side facing the window was the GD bench, if you remember that. Right behind
the very first one?
Yeah, I believe so. That was the GD bench.
I thought all front benches was neutrons on all sides.
The next one then. Yeah, the next one is GD. And then there was an Asian bench. Remember that? It was only like 2 or 3 Asian dudes that sat on it.
Yep. No, the Asians, remember how we used to face?
Yeah, we faced
we was facing the hallway, and we're gonna say right next to us, that front bitch was a neutron. The Asians had that, and you know, they was our allies, believe it or not.
Yeah.
They was our allies, believe it or not, because they was LC. You know what I'm saying? Laos Crip.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember
Crips and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they was our allies, so they sat that second bench, I guess you could say. And I can't remember everybody else behind them. I know there was essays behind them, GDs. Where were they at?
They were right there. I'm telling you, right there with the Asians, right there next to us.
Yeah, that might have, because it wasn't that many over on K-Wing at that time.
It wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
If they were there,
it was White Boy Cash and about 2 other ones, and that's it. I don't even know their name.
So that's probably why they shared that bench.
So here's the crazy part I wanted to tell them. There was only about 3 GDs and they had a bench. There was only about 3 Asians and they had a bench. And that meant other places didn't nobody had no place to sit unless you was cool with them and could sit on their bench.
Exactly.
If they said it was cool, you could. If they didn't, hey, stand your ass up and then
catch that wall.
Do you remember where the wood bench was on K-Wing?
Okay, let me see. Where we were sitting at. They was back on the other side behind us.
Yeah,
like
they faced
they was on the other. Okay, they was across. They was facing backwards, so they was facing that back. I guess that's what the rec yard. They was facing the rec yard because they had like 1 or 2 benches over there. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, one.
They might have had. Oh, okay, that might have been on medium custody. Where they had 4 benches over there. They had that like where we sat on K Wayne. After that first bench, they had the next 3 benches. I'm like, damn, that wood pile deep over here.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I'm
see,
saying?
that's when me and Mr. Larry used to always talk about prison is a numbers game. That's period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. But them boys on K Wing, there was a few of them doing life sentences, and all they could see was the brick wall. They couldn't even see the damn TV, man. I used to hate that for them.
Sad, man.
Yeah, I
Oh,
hate
that
that
shit
for 'em.
sad.
We'd be over there cheering to the game and shit, and they're over there watching the brick wall, man.
That's
That's
it.
hard
Or they
time.
had to turn around in their seat and look at whichever TV they had the game on.
Hey, do you remember the white dude that used to pop the socket in the day room for everybody? It was one
Nah.
dude. Man, listen, you probably forgot. Somebody would have to go to the bars in the front, talk to the guard, and he had a little razor and shit already set up. He'd go back there and pop the socket and light everybody's cigarettes and shit for him, and he'd take a big old pull on whatever he's lighting for you. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Yeah. I can't remember who he was, though. I wonder if that's that one dude.
I wish I could remember his name. He was cool.
Was he the one everybody the other day was taking his radios and everything to, and he was fixing them?
Yep, same dude.
Yeah, I used to call it sell the garage. I was like, man, if you want your shit fixed, take it down to him. He can fix everything. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know what his name was. Sure was.
I can't remember his name either.
Them radio dudes are bad. So look, check this out. This is what I wanted. I got off topic. You know the rapper Honeycomb Brazy, the youngster been blowing up. Did you hear what they did to him? After he got released, they gave him a public indecency or indecency exposure, whatever the hell it's called, for killing on one of the guards in the prison after he was released.
Oh, damn. But see, that's Alabama, though. They up on a totally different.
Can you believe it? Can you believe that? I never heard of nothing like that.
Well, you know, when I was at Beto, it was supposedly a rumor going around that if you catch so many, what it was, cold 20s.
3 cold 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to register as a sex offender.
But it wasn't true, though.
No. Hell no.
Nah,
mind y'all, I ain't never caught none. So just y'all watching, I ain't never caught none.
No, me neither, man. You know what I'm saying? Here's the crazy part, right? And I talked about it in my video because a lot of the women like it. A lot of them want to look. They like you. Yep. Here's the thing. So when you gunning them down and they don't want it, or you sneaking and peeking around the corner and then get caught and all this shit, that is some weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
If she comes straight up to the cell, like we used to have a lady do during count time, fading everybody at count, you know, if she's in for it, then whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Till it takes 2 to tango. But this is just something amazing to me that they prosecuted this man and arrested him for in jail crime later. They just tried to do him dirty, but everybody better pay attention to that hell. They might have gave Texas an idea. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And that's right. When you said that, I said, man, Texas gonna see that shit, and they probably gonna try to. Cause see that you gotta understand one thing about the Texas prison system. It's all about money. That's all they give a damn about money. They don't give a damn about every inmate in there, as long as they can make money. Cause I don't know if a lot of people know, but the Texas prison system don't pay their inmates. They don't pay their inmates. Somebody said on Lockhart they pay, but how it works is like if you owe child support or court cost of fees like that, but you gotta have like little time, I think. You know what I'm saying? Because you have
paying for over there. They paying people over there. I never heard of that.
Yeah, that's the only unit, but it's chunk change. And basically the money that you're making is going, like if you owe child support before you left, is they putting it on child support.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if it's still like that, but when I was in there, yeah. Lockhart unit.
If you go to medical one time, they charge you $100 for the year.
For the yeah.
Yeah. You ever heard of Unicor in the feds?
No.
A lot of people, I didn't know what it was either. So if you go to the right federal prison, they have these, they call them Unicors. The one in Three Rivers, Texas, they make cop cars. There's my homeboy worked at one making bulletproof helmets for soldiers. They make military shit. And you know, some of these cats, man, they making hundreds of bucks a month on the inside with their prison jobs, if you can believe that.
That's the fear, though, man.
I know. Well, when we told them, because you know they're from other states too, so when we told them, man, they make us do shit in Texas free. They couldn't even believe it, man. They
see, this is how Texas, quote unquote, make it look good. They compensate that with good time, work time. You know what I'm saying? Now, if y'all not gonna pay us, then y'all shouldn't be able to have the power to take this time from us whenever we get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because you already, if you didn't caught them cases, oh, we're gonna take 45 days of your good time, this, that, and all the other. Hey man, I'm on aggravated time. None of that shit don't matter to me anyway.
That's why I discharged my shit. It was aggravated. It didn't even apply. No, I seen somebody the other day asking in the comments what a short way was. That's good time plus work time plus
Work time.
time served all added up. But you know how many people we watch not get their short way?
Yeah, a whole bunch of them.
Come on, man. That shit was like
a whole bunch of them.
Rare over there that somebody just got their short way. I don't even hardly remember that. You know what I mean? So
man, I forgot I did that short wave.
That's selling a dream right there. You know what I mean? For real, man. Oh,
I thought what was selling the dream is he did when you get that parole paper or that review, and they got the whatever cases on why they turned you down and all this stuff, or you're up for review again in another 3 months or another year and all that stuff. Just having you like I had 7 years sentence. My first 3, I was trying to make parole, trying. But after I got past that halfway point and I realized I wasn't going nowhere, nigga, fuck, we taking it to the door. We taking this bitch to the door, and it just so happened they let me out 10 months before the door date. And I'm like, man, I said, okay, it is what it is. Let me try to make the best of this. And damn, they got sent back for 15 years. Woo!
So once you understand that you probably gonna take it to the door, you get to relax a little bit, though. You know, like you stop all that stressing and wonder if I'm gonna make this parole. I wonder if I'm gonna get my short way and all this. Like that's hard time right there, not knowing what the hell is even gonna happen with you. So when you but see, listen. We had numbers a man can do. Some of these boys out here got these football numbers and shit. You know,
man.
So it's a different life, man. That's what my whole platform been about, man. I've been just evolving as it goes. I'm really trying to show these kids this is not the life they want. That's why I talk about the gunners and all the other crazy shit that nobody ever talks about. Nobody ever wants to admit it's real life. You know what I'm saying? Like I did talk about you share boxer shorts in the prison, man. You do. Guess what? If you don't work in field squad, you got to go work in the kitchen, and you might be you're the new guy. You're gonna be scrubbing pots and pans in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You're in the scullery. You're in the scullery washing pots and pans. Guess what? If you ain't washing pots and pans, you're gonna be in the laundry washing pissy smelling fucking boxers and shit. Man, men done jacked off and used these boxers for his towel, and now you're washing them and shit. You know what I mean? This is like the real life you're gonna lead. Or guess what? You might be the guy in the hallway shining up the guard's boots all motherfucking day. Man, come on, you know what I'm saying? Or guess what? Everybody wants to be an SSI because the SSI can move around and hustle. But guess what an SSI is, people? That's a fucking janitor.
Basically, and for those who don't know what SSI stand for, I guess states may call it a trustee, but SSI stands for Staff Support Inmate.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh, you never knew that?
I didn't know what the fuck it meant. So we ain't gonna say trustee. They live on the same block with us and the shit like that. Like they're not trustees, but what they are, they're the guys that get to come out at night when everybody else is locked up, sweep the run, a lockdown. They get to come out, so they make money by, hey man, take this down to such and such cell for me. Here's a stand for you.
That's how I made it.
You might actually be sweeping by, see a big spread cooking, and get you a bowl. You might see somebody hitting a joint, right? Let me hit that one time, you know. So there's a lot of perks to being an SSI, but in all reality, you're a fucking janitor. You know what I'm saying? That's the glorious.
And you know what? Some might say that's fucked up or whatever. However, when you doing time, you're gonna try to do any and everything to take your mind off that time and make your time fly by. That's why I had jumped into school. That's why I jumped into the kitchen. You know, so I tried to do everything I could to stay up off that wing as much as I possibly could. You know what I'm saying? But then when I finally got the SSI status, that's when you start seeing the perks. You're like, damn, I didn't know he was. Hey, can you take this zip? I'm talking about a whole zip.
Right. You start realizing there's a lot more shit going on than you realize. So look, let me tell them about this. And you just said that. Tell them about how you can be on a cell block every fucking day in a little ass room with men, all living on this fucking tears, and there's a bunch of shit going on that you don't know about.
Exactly. Like the ones I used to always watch, them motherfuckers who never came out they cell. You know what I'm saying? And when I was SSI, the ones that wasn't coming out they cell, them niggas that had it. Niggas that had it. You know what I'm saying?
So you know what I would think when I see somebody that don't never come out their cell? I would think two things. Either they're balling, they got it, they're the man, or they're scared.
Scared, yep. That happened on was that my first day?
Did you?
That might have been like my second or third day. It was my next door neighbor. You know, for some odd reason, every time the doors would roll, you know what I'm saying, he'll let it sell out and boom, he'll slam the door back real fast, real fast, real fast. So I'm in there trying to get my mind right, because here it is, man, you on an ID unit, man. So one day, they caught him slipping. He was in there asleep. They ran up in there, did whatever they did to him. Next thing you know, I see him taking his bags, going out the wing. And I like, yeah. And then found out years later that I guess a riot had broke out. And he had caught the wall. And they was like, well, we just gonna catch you. He stayed in that cell. I'm talking about from my first day. I think they finally caught him probably about like maybe 5 days later from the first day I got on Beto.
We say that man's scared for his fucking life. He's not going to shower. He's not going to eat.
Hey, and that's what he was doing. So I'm like, okay, there's only one way you can keep your ass clean in there. You know, if you've been on lockdown, is in that toilet. Everybody like, oh, man, you in the shitter. Hey, we got bleach in there. You might got to pay for it, but we got bleach in there. You know what I'm saying? So I used to keep my toilet clean at all times, just in case for them days when we on, what they used to say, day one, week one. So you already know what time that is. You know what I'm saying? Damn, we up in here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, and the way when you on lockdown, you only get to shower 3 times a week. Monday, normally Wednesdays and Fridays. Every other day, you just either got to go musty or get in that motherfucking toilet, man.
Say,
some people have ways of...
Let's be real. Do you remember putting sodas in the toilet to cool them off?
Yeah. I done seen boys make that drink in that toilet. I done seen everything in that toilet. I'm like, that's safe to do this? They say, man, it's probably about the cleanest water you gonna drink. I'm like, I ain't gonna drink it, but still.
Me and DA, we have fucking 4 sodas floating in the goddamn shitter, man. You know what I mean? Just like,
yeah,
punk, dog, like ready for later. You know what I mean? It's crazy that was. So here was one of the most amazing things about Beto that I never could imagine as a human being. Right when I first got there, I had some cookies, and the rats ate all. Rats didn't eat them all, but there was about 4 good holes in it, and you could see where the rats just been eating 2 or 3 cookies, right?
Hell yeah. That motherfucker was mice infested, and I don't know how they ran, but they ran where the lockers was at. You know, our lockers was up in the air, and I guess that was supposed to help with whatever it is. But I know
help at all. So this is what fucked me up though. So I go to throw the cookies away, and somebody says, you ain't gonna eat them? I'm like, hell no, a rat been eating on them. And he grabs them and starts eating the motherfuckers. I'm like, no, I ain't got enough time to eat off. But I ain't got enough time to eat after these rats. So you know what I mean? Same thing with chili packs. So I could never understand. So you could hang a bag by the wall on a hook, right? And rats not get into your bag. But they could get into your locker up there. What the fuck were they doing? Climbing up the bunk and jumping in there or something? Because there would be no hole. Listen, I took everything out of my locker. It was welded all the way around. Sealed, except for the opening. And a rat was in there on my first night ever. How do you get in there?
Some way, because I sat there, you know, when you got time, you know, you're going to find anything you can't do to keep your mind, I guess you say, at ease. And I sat there and I looked at like at the top of them lockers, it might be your bottom locker or that top locker, but there's a hole somewhere in one of them. And those rats was running back and forth on the run. Now, I'm trying to remember. Okay, the cell number was on the lock. And right above it, it's like you could tell it was a little chamber or whatever, but them rats were running back and forth in that motherfucker. Because it was times where you sit there, cuz?
I'm still
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it froze.
My phone. I couldn't find my phone.
I thought it froze. And it's been a many a times where you hear them running through that motherfucker. And then there'll be times where you sitting there reading or something to mind your business, and you'll hear that crumple, and then you hit the motherfucking locker, and then you hear him disappear up out of there. And I was like, man, fuck that. So a lot of people started doing that at Beto, taking their shit, hanging it up on the wall. That became a problem. Oh, anything we see on the wall, we take it. And they were doing that.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, my bad. Yeah, so listen, that's something else. In a Texas prison, you can't hang a picture of your mama on the wall. I've seen pictures in California where these men had their cells painted like painted colors, man. He might have a red cell, he got a blue cell. This dude had a Hell's Angel cell. So I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe that, because do you remember this? The rules was everything better be under your mattress in your locker or on the desk. You all right? You good?
Yeah, that's this Honeywell. That's something my son got. I guess it's his camera. It started.
Welcome to Honeywell Smart Home Security. Please download the app to get started.
Oh, going on. I guess my son must be doing some with the phone because
all right, sorry about that. Yeah, we had a technical difficulty, but like I was saying, there's no decorations allowed. The rules, as I remember them, if that wasn't under your mattress, in your locker up top, or put on your table, they won't take it. Period. I mean,
okay,
your mama, kids, or something.
So was you there on the unit when they was going around painting all the floors in the cells?
I can't remember. But probably not then, because I don't remember that.
Because I remember on K-Wang, when I first pulled up on it, I don't know how long ago after that, but you know, you go and looking, you ain't supposed to, but certain niggas cells you look in, like one nigga had the Jordan symbol in his damn cell. One fool had the Gucci symbol in his cell. You know what I'm saying?
People waxing their floors and shit, doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess Beto got mad about that, and they went in there and made everybody floor. I think it was gray.
Yeah,
gray
I do remember that.
I
remember that because people was waxing their floors and putting shit on them and stuff. Exactly.
Yep.
I got one or two more pictures for you. Ready?
All right. Oh, that's that down that hallway. That's right there going towards. That's looking towards the south side. IJKL.
Yeah, no, I can't tell. If you want to know the damn truth, I think that's
no. I know that is because remember that what is that bitch called, the 120 desk or the 220 desk?
Yeah, the
that was in front of I-Wing, remember? Right across the hall from K-Wing.
I'm thinking that should be K and the L right there on the right, and I and J, and then before that is where you in the middle where you went to UCC and all that old bullshit and everything too. And all that right there. See,
K-Wing is down there. And see, that's facing the south side. K-Wing will be that first wing over there on the left. Right. I was over there on the right. Then you come on the same side as I. See, that's I. Oh, that was J.
Remember, I and J was back to back. Yeah, I and J was across from us, and K and L was back to back. We would go to rec with them, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's that feel to see that right there, though, man? That's
boy, that shit shook me because it's like I never thought I'd see the inside of that prison ever again.
I know.
And here it is. That's why when you showed it up, I'm like, man, I told my heart started beating like, damn, that is mother. And I remember when they painted that shit up there. When they painted it all that tan color and put the IJKL up. What does this say? Oh my God, nigga, that's the motherfucking shower room.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Tell them about the shower. How the shower system work in Beto?
You got 3 minutes. Like, I don't know. I can't remember exactly how many. Hey, that's all you got is 3 minutes. As soon as that water come on, you got 3 minutes, and then it's gonna cut off. Then another set of people to come up in there. You know what I'm saying? Then you have some of them asshole ass guards like during the winter time.
Well, hold on. No, hold on.
Yeah.
Race is separated by prisons and shit like that. I mean, prison is separated by race, gangs, and all that. Explain to them how that went down, how that worked. I mean, is there white showers, black showers, Hispanic showers?
Not really. Everybody just, the main thing, especially in the shower, the way I was taught, is hurry up and get in there and get the fuck out, because that's where a lot of mishaps go down there. You know what I'm saying? Especially like I was, this like I was about to explain to you, like during the wintertime, what them guards would do is open up that, that back door and let all that cold air in. So as soon as you get out there, and then they'll have the water on, I'm talking about crawfish boil. You know what I'm saying? So you in there wash your ass, and then as soon as you get out, you feel nothing but straight cold air. So, it's like a lot of, what I used to do in that situation like that, I just put my clothes back on, man, put my jacket and everything, get back to the wing, I drive when I get there, because I'm not finna sit up in here and catch no cold. You know what I'm saying? When I realized, them guards don't give a damn about nobody in there. Only thing is you just another number to them.
You don't listen, hold on. You don't remember the water be crawfish boil temperature, and then right about the last 20 seconds it's freezing ass cold?
Freezing ass cold, hell yeah. They got control of all that shit. They got control. They also have control.
Bro, you would be sitting there. I'm white. I be turning red. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened to you, but I'm here turning red and shit like that. And then all of a sudden, freezing, fucking gotta run out.
End of my shower. That's it. Yep. Once you change the temperature, that's the end of my shower. By the time, 3 minutes, okay, if you got them guards who want to follow the rules, that's that chow hall.
Tell them about that chow hall, man. That bitch big, ain't it, man?
Yeah, man, that's that chow hall. Boy, that's a place you can get in the wreck real fast too.
Well, that's the other place. That's why I put it up. So look, how this works, y'all. In the state of Texas, It's not
Oh,
like
okay. I see how it is. That's the door you come through, and you come down that left or that right side and come around. I guess. Well, we can't see that part.
I
Yeah.
can't
What?
see that good. I ain't gonna lie. I think
See that door back there on the right?
yeah.
But wait a minute. If that's that door,
No, that's the serving line right there where they, they send your
all
tray
right.
through, I think.
So I just now looked at that shit. I'm like, wait, that is the serving line. I see the bars over there on that side, the guardrail or whatever on the left side. Show right.
Right. So see, you'll enter in on the back side, come around and go right there and get your tray. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just get it through the hole. Remember, they're all locked in the back there.
So
So the
no.
way that
So
works,
and they can't see that chicken. Well, I guess it's not even chicken wire. It's like a steel.
You can't really
That
see.
had holes in them.
They can't tell who they're giving the next tray to because they don't want people to get a shit away. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is.
Exactly.
So they try to block your view, I guess, or whatever. Then you
Well,
know what?
The story I heard about that, the reason why they put that up is because back in the day, before they put that little guard up or whatever, certain inmates would get into it with inmates behind the line. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shake the spoon on him.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Shout out to my homeboy King Y from Cold Figure TV on YouTube. Y'all subscribe to him because this when I first got to Holiday Unit, I told this story because I was hanging with this Hispanic dude, had the big Houston Astro star on there and all this.
Yeah.
And the reason I was even talking to him was because he walked up to me and said, "Man, I was a rolling 60 in the free world, blah blah blah." So we had a little bond, we was kicking it or whatever. And really I wanted to say, well, why ain't you one now? But
Right.
That's a whole nother story. But anyway. So I come through my first day in chow with this dude, and he was a blood. He had the keys for the transfer unit there. He sees the U Stone and me with him, and he shook the spoon on us so damn hard. I say, oh, this crazy. The people in front of us and behind us, Trey was fat, ours is little. I say, oh man, I know not to come to chow with this guy no more. I could already tell what the problem was. I came back the next time he was working and made him know who I was and told him who I was. And he was like, oh, my bad, fam. And every time I come through, my shit super big. You know what I mean? But that shaking the spoon shit is real. So you know what? Shout out to my homeboy eBay from Galveston. eBay was such a convict. He was one of them that laced me up in the feds. Check this out. He always worked in the chow hall so he could get the perks of the chow hall, like the food.
I'm trying to tell you.
All right, but check this out. He would not work doing anything else except passing out everybody's 2 slices of bread. He said he had done enough time and seen people stab, people fight, and all kind of shit because they're accusing the man of shaking the spoon. He said, but never one time during all his years did he ever see the bread guy getting an argument. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. There ain't nothing scary about this man. He's just smart.
Exactly. You got to know how to maneuver in that bitch.
You get 2 pieces, you get 2 pieces, you get 2 pieces. That's it. And his job is done. You know what I'm saying? While the other guys got enemies because they got a little bit less soup or some shit. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. I just wanted to tap in with you, man, bring you back because
yes, sir.
I miss you on the cool, man. And so Saucy D got denied parole in July, right? He got a 4-piece. He had was some state jail charges and then 1 TDC charge. So he signed for 4 on the TDC charge, and they just
ran a concurrent.
Yeah, they ran a state jail shit concurrent. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a worst case scenario 2026 on the discharge, but I think he'll probably make his next parole. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is on a short sentence.
What did he go down for?
Possession. He had possession and controlled substance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Non-aggravated. He might come home earlier than that. You know what I'm saying?
So he got denied the first one. You know what I'm saying? You know how he is. He probably done already caught some cases in there and some other stuff, man. And one thing I got to give him, man, he's going to do his time his way. He's always going to figure shit out. He's way more advanced than when we was in there and we was kids. You know what I mean? So I know he's all right. You know what I'm saying? Everything's cool, but I'm sure he's got a daughter the same age as mine. You know, my daughter's name Ella Rose and his daughter's name Della Rose.
Wow. That's crazy.
So we got a white Ella Rose and a black Della Rose in that exact same age, man.
I wonder, was that coincidental y'all did that, or was that something y'all came up to, man?
Man, that was a cold coincidence. I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? He's always calling my daughter. He calls her Bella. I always throw that beat on there. Yeah, that means beautiful in Italian or something. So I missed the dude, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is what we talk about, man. This is real life Texas prison stories. You get to fucking up out here, and you'll be gone for years.
They got a place for you. That's what I'm telling you. You act up if you want to. They got somewhere for you to go.
For years. Let me stress that again. Years, man. Come in that bitch
Mm-hmm.
old, come in young, leave out old type shit, man.
Hey,
Y'all, you
it's
gotta get
people that
y'all.
was in there. I was locked up with, or when I was doing my time, they went in their 20s. Here it is, they're in their 50s now. I'm like, man, you been in here that long?
Yep.
Like it was like I say, when I told them on the first interview we did, the most time I had came across consecutive at that time. That one, it was a Mexican dude. That dude said he had been in there 30 years at that time. And at that time, I was about 27, 28 years old. I said, damn, it's been gone since I was about 2 years
For
old.
real.
Been in there.
For real.
I done lived my life, here it is, and up to 28 years old. And you mean to tell me he been in? Hey, it go like that. That's prison though.
So you know what I couldn't understand and how mixed match shit is? 80% of us at that time, we were in our 20s. There was a few dudes like Low Life and them, they were a little older in their 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why was there every now and then a random old man over there or something like that? And on the north side, and where where it's rocking and rolling, why would they do that? I never understood that.
Probably done time before. Because you already know TDC gonna classify you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna look at your case.
Why would they send these old men that been locked up 30 years over here with us and we're young? That just was crazy. That's fucked up for them old men.
It's because I think Beto was supposed to be in a convict unit at one time. But from the time, well, I guess back in the day up until when we was there, they say the shit done got watered down. And that just, like, I don't know if you probably didn't know Blood Trip. It was a dude over there named Trip. And he had been on Beto. By the time I actually got a time to chop it up with him, it was like, what's that?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but he had said he'd been on Beto 20 years flat, and that was about like 08 by the time I finally talked to him.
Right.
You
So
know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
that's what it was. Them men that just been there the whole time, huh? They aged
Yeah,
over there.
been on the unit 20 years. And I said, well, what has changed since you first got on the unit? He said it was one child at one time.
Oh, no shit.
If I'm not mistaken, he said Beto used to have one chow hall, and they ran it, I guess, everybody north side, south side, and everybody coming there. They said, man, no.
So if they did that, they probably just had either one side the north or one side the south and build it later then. Because you remember how long it would take them to run chow with 2 chow halls?
Man. Well, with one chow hall, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So the south had a south side. Every now and then we go to the south side.
South side, yeah, just to hurry up and get shit done. Cause they south side, a lot of them people down there, they were at that time. This is before they had made it all school and work related and all that shit. Cause I ended up getting transferred to the south side like in the last 6 months. And everybody on the south side, they was pretty much old school convicts, and they know how to go down there and get their shit and get the fuck out. North side, we got the bleach balls. We trying to go eat 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So they had to use the south side because there's some lazy ass guards there. They gonna try to do everything they can, get it done, get these inmates out this hallway so we can sit on our ass for the rest of our shift. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that. I'm like, I ain't mad at them.
Did you see that video I did where I had that internal security video from Beto? It was 2 guys. I didn't explain it that great, right? 2 men were fighting in their cells. They were cellmates. They were in there locked in. The guard, I guess, come through at count time or something, catch them fighting. Well, one dude is getting whooped really, really bad, and the other dude is winning, right? He's on top of them. They gas him. I believe. Don't quote me on this because it's been a while, but I think they gassed him 3 times, right? That's how they break the fight up. Gas him. So when they pull him out the cell, immediately one of the men just starts collapsing. He's not slipping. He's not falling. He's collapsing. Right? There's a difference. So if you got me handcuffed behind my back, it's physically impossible for me to drop to the ground while you're holding my wrist without excruciating pain.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Tearing my shoulders off. Well, the dude keeps doing it over and over again. Then medical lady is there. You can clearly hear.
I did see that video. Yeah.
Clear as day, this man is non-coherent. It's obvious to a civilian like us, he's non-coherent. And she says, inmates cleared by medical. He denies injuries, but he had internal injuries, right?
Right.
So it's non-visible. But as a medical person, a guard, and in this video, the assistant warden is walking by laughing and giggling, and the fucking ranking officer is saying, stand his ass up. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that I wanted people to see, that you're just a fucking, if you're sick, if you're hurt, if you're somebody in jail getting raped, robbed, extorted, they don't care. You're a fucking nuisance to them. You come and report to that cop, oh man, Blue just took my fucking commissary. That cop don't give a fuck.
So don't. I don't know if you remember Sergeant Carver, but he was the type of convict boss. Like, he'll sit right there at that damn 220 desk, and he'll see people finna get into it. He'll go up to the window, knock on it, fight. I don't care, fight. Shit, come on back here by the TV then. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't gonna write you up. And then you got to think about it. Guards that are convict like that they'll see certain things. Like, it was one time, man, I'm talking about guards sat there on the bars and just watch motherfuckers get their paper all day. You know what I'm saying? And if it was some trouble coming, hey, y'all break it up for a second. They'll sit down, wait for the hall to clear out. Y'all continue on, finish what y'all got to do. And I'm like, damn.
You remember, so Beto had two really different sergeants. I'm going to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? You remember there used to be a daytime sergeant. All this fool was worried about was walking through and taking people's speakers. Like, this dude, when he worked and he was on the run, you better not have your speaker.
Black dude, white dude.
White dude, man. It was like he'd walk past you smoking. He'd walk past you fighting.
Yeah. I know he was
somebody, but your ass, I think he was a sergeant, dog, because he used to just come through. Well, maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while.
No, that was a Spanish dude, because there was only one guard I can remember. He was on first shift, right?
I think so. Yeah, it was daytime.
Yeah, every time he come on the shift and he'd do his like first count, he'll be smoking a square up there on 3 row.
I know you're talking about. Yep. That's a
and then one time he went by and I said, hey, let me get that door.
No, that's not the one I'm talking about. So look, at night, there was a CO that would walk through at night in the pipe chase, looking through people's cells and shit, and would walk them too. You remember that?
Yep. Like, trying to see who's smoking and all that shit.
Yeah. Wow, real talk. And your ass would get in trouble. That's the type of games they'll play on you. So you have guards that don't care at all, and then you got guards that'll come through peeping through the pipe chase at you at night trying to catch you. And it's your job as a convict to know who's working when and how they are. You know what I'm saying? Or it's your fault.
And if you hear anything in that pipe chase, they're in the pipe chase. They're in the pipe chase. And, everybody getting right.
How many times you heard that? They're in the pipe chase, huh,
man? Many a times. Many a times. Especially on medium custody.
Look, check this out. The last thing I'm going to say is I know for a fact, because it was my good homie, there was a Crip dude and a Blood dude that was working in maintenance. And they was taking one of the female COs into the pipe chase. And you already know what was happening. And check this out. She was about 65 years old, looked like somebody's wore out grandma with no teeth. And I swear to listen, right hand of my man on my daughter.
Yeah.
You could hear her yelling and screaming and moaning, and them fools doing her bad back there, dog, in the pipe chase. And everybody would be like, oh my God. Like, kind of, I mean, she was so ugly. You're like, hey man, he's getting some, but this ain't worth it right here. This is like,
nah, for real. They must be going about 10, 20, 15 years, shit.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? They both had 20 eggs. So I guess they was like, hey, this is gonna be my next chance in at least 10 years. So
right. You gotta take what you get what you want.
So after they start hitting her though, I don't think so. Both of them were so gangster and so convict. I don't think it had nothing to do with the booty, because she started bringing shit in for both of them after that. You know what I'm saying? They basically gave her what she wanted because she started giving them what they wanted. You know what I mean? It was a nice.
Then you got to realize where we was located too, out there in East Texas. We was basically Palestine or Tyler. You know what I'm saying? And this country ass town. Well, at least back then. I don't know how it is now. But back then, they wouldn't get no attention, so they had to come to work to get the attention that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is now. They get to meet all these different personalities from around Texas, and hey, they get to show out. Hey, this is who I was on the street, this, that, and all the other. A lot of motherfuckers wasn't who they say they were. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers come with dope fiends off the street and have to become the man inside the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some of them would be the man outside if they wasn't dope fiends. That's the real talk. Say, let's cut this 1 hour right here. It's kind of late. I got to go to work. I appreciate you. Man. Thank you so much. Y'all, if y'all like it, drop it in the comments if you want us to knock out some more, man. It's really cool when you do it with a homie, because it's strange as hell talking for an hour to somebody you don't know, man. I swear. You can make it happen, but this feels more natural. Like,
Right, because we done the time together,
Yeah,
man.
you know what I'm saying? So
Been
I
there.
appreciate it, man. Texas Prison Stories, my partner Blue right here. Y'all hit the
Hey.
thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll catch y'all later, man.
Thumbs up. All right then, homie. See you.